So picture this. You get up from the couch for what feels like a nanosecond to grab a snack, maybe a cup of coffee, and bam! Your dog, who was nowhere to be found a minute ago, is now curled up in your warm spot like it's a 5-star doggy resort. Ever happened to you? Of course it has. Now you'd think, oh, how cute, it's just a coincidence. But nope, my friend. Your fluffy friend is not just a master of the puppy eyes, but also a shrewd operator of the canine conspiracy. It's true. I've dug deep, like way deeper than my dog digs in the backyard, to discover the 10 real reasons why your dog steals your seat. Some of these reasons are so touching they could make a grown man cry. Others are instinctual, like that time you instinctively knew a hot dog was technically not a sandwich. And a few might even blow your mind more than the plot twist of a really bad soap opera. So if you love your dog and, let's be honest, are dying to know what's going on inside that furry head, stick around and subscribe to the channel. This little revelation might just change your human-dog relationship forever, or at least guarantee you a permanent spot on the floor. So have you ever noticed how dogs express their love? They don't exactly come up and say, "Hey buddy, I love you." No, they have their own secret dog language. It's all in their actions, their little glances, and those adorable wiggly movements, like when your dog jumps onto your cozy couch right after you get up. That's not just a random act of convenience. Nope, that's your furry friend's way of saying, "I'm sticking to you like fur on black pants." Picture this. You stand up for a mere second to grab a cup of tea and boom, your dog's curled up in your warm spot faster than a kid on Christmas morning. They close their eyes, let out this tiny sigh like they've reached nirvana. Why? Because in that moment, your scent is their security blanket, their version of a high-security vault. It's like they're trying to say, even when you're not here, I'm still hanging out with you. I'm basically wearing you like a human cologne, and you know it's true, especially if you're one of those folks who basically works from home with your dog as your desk mate, wagging away under your desk. The dog continues your conversation without you uttering a word. It's like they're whispering, "I'm here, I love you, I want to be where you are." Honestly, if that's not love, I don't know what is. Well, maybe the way they act when you open a bag of chips. But that's a whole other story. So, you ever notice how dogs get all jittery when you're out of the house for too long? It's like they think you've joined some secret society that doesn't allow pets. And when you finally get back, they don't just sit on your spot. Oh no, they claim it like it's prime real estate. I mean, they'll fluff up your pillow, make themselves cozy, and then give you that look like, oh, you were actually planning on coming back? But really, this is their quirky way of showing emotional attachment. Next time you find your dog all snuggled up in your favorite chair, don't scold them, just smile and think, ah, love in action. Because nothing says "I missed you" like a canine coo on your lazy boy. So folks, let's talk about dogs and their obsession with smells. For us humans, a smell might be just, "Oh, that's nice," or "Who forgot to take out the trash?" But for dogs, oh boy, it's like they're getting the full scoop on your life. A sniff for a dog is like them reading your diary, front to back, no secrets. They're like, "Ah, yes, I see you had tacos for lunch again." Now, when your furry friend curls up in your spot on the couch, especially when you're not around, it's not just because they're trying to take over your Netflix account. Nope, they're wrapping themselves up in an invisible blanket of your scent. It's their version of emotional security, like that one pillow you refuse to wash because it just feels right. Your pillow, your chair, or that old blanket you love, that's home for them. It's like having a little piece of you around, a reminder that everything's gonna be okay. Puppies and new dogs especially love this. They're in a new place, things are weird, and suddenly, boom. Your scent is like a warm hug saying, "Hey buddy, I've got your back." So next time you find your dog snuggling in your seat, just remember, they're not just stealing your spot. They're having a little whiff of comfort, and in dog years, that's priceless. You ever notice how some dogs don't just steal your spot on the couch? Nah, they take it to a whole new level. They'll burrow into your clothes like they're trying to win a hide-and-seek championship. Leave your jacket or your favorite sweater on a chair for like 2 seconds, and suddenly it's their new vacation home. And let me tell you, it's not about them being bossy or acting like canine divas. Nope. It's all about that deep, undying need to be as close to you as possible, even when you're not around. Especially those dogs who get lonely easily. Your chair to them is basically a cozy island of peace and quiet. So next time you catch Fido all snuggled up on your coat or wrapped in your favorite blanket, don't rush to kick him off. Who knows, maybe that's the moment he's finally reaching his Zen place, achieving inner peace and making his day a whole lot better. And believe me, happier dogs mean fewer chewed up socks. It's a win-win. So folks, you ever notice how dogs are like the ultimate communicators? I mean, they don't speak human, but somehow they make it crystal clear what they want. It's like they went to the International School of Bark and mastered nonverbal communication. You never see them at a loss for words, even though they don't have any. Take this scenario. You come back from a long day and find your dog sitting in Jordan's spot right there on the couch acting like they pay rent or something. It's like, oh, you pay the bills now, do you, Fido? But this isn't just their way of saying, I love you, or this spot is cozy. Nope, it's more like, hey, human, yes, you with the gadget addiction. Pay attention to me. Think about it. Were you glued to your phone, lost in your work, or binge watching that series you claim is just okay but secretly love? Dogs, they have this sixth sense for when your mind is vacationing in distraction land. And what's their master plan to reel you back in? Occupy your throne. Talk about a bold strategy, because they know you will react. Maybe you'll laugh, maybe you'll gasp in mock horror, or maybe give them the classic, "Hey buddy, that's my seat." But boom, they got you back. You're talking, you're petting, you're engaged. And for your dog, that's a victory bigger than finding a forgotten slice of pizza under the couch. You know, some dogs are total couch ninjas. I mean, they wait all day for you to leave the room for just a second, and bam, they're sprawled out on your sofa like they own the place. Sometimes they've even got their head on the armrest, giving you that look. Oh, were you sitting here? Too bad. Look at me, I'm the king now. And you can't help but react, right? But let's be real, this isn't just sass. It's not like they're plotting world domination from your couch, or are they? No, this is their way of saying they need a little love, some quality bonding time. Even the calmest, most stoic dogs want to feel important once in a while. And those super attached pups, they'll use any chance to reach out. So the next time your dog ninja occupies your chair the moment you stand up, maybe it's just their way of saying, hey, chat with me, I'm right here. You bring the treats, I'll bring the slobber. Guard dog instincts, the tiny bodyguard syndrome. So folks, there's this myth out there that only the big burly dog breeds are cut out for guard duty. You know, like the ones that look like they bench press their kibble. But here's the truth, even the tiniest Pomeranian with a haircut that belongs in a teddy bear factory can have the heart of a gladiator. Picture this, you get up from your comfy chair for, 3 seconds, and suddenly your furry companion slides right into your spot like it's a prime real estate deal on a dog park monopoly board. That's not just coziness, my friends. That's protectiveness. That little ball of fluff is convinced it's Garden Fort Knox, and you're the gold. For your pooch, your scent, your routines, and your favorite nooks are all part of their household security blueprint. This isn't about being bossy or jealous. It's canine loyalty at its finest. Your dog thinks, hey, you stepped out for a hot second? No problem, I got this covered. Can't let any suspicious vacuum cleaners invade the territory, right? And if you have one of those alert dogs, oh boy, they're like living, breathing surveillance systems. They don't just sit on your spot, they claim it. Watching the door like they're waiting for a pizza delivery, or monitoring the window like a neighborhood watch captain. It might look like they're just chilling, but in reality, they're ready to spring into action faster than you can say squirrel. So next time your dog takes your seat, remember, that's not just a four-legged cushion warmer. That's your pint-sized protector on duty and ready to defend the realm. You know, in the wild, this kind of behavior is as normal as getting free breadsticks at an Italian restaurant. Wolves and dog packs have got it all figured out. Every member plays a part in guarding the leader's turf. That's like being the secret service of the animal kingdom. Now, in your living room, your dog might think of your favorite chair as their personal White House. It's not just furniture. It's a throne. Your throne. And by guarding it, your dog is basically saying, I got your back, human. So next time you see your dog sprawled out on your spot, giving everyone that, what are you looking at? Stare, remember, they're not just chilling. No, sir, they're on their mission. Staying close, providing support, and being your tiny or not so tiny personal bodyguard. Who knew they took their job so seriously? Okay, folks, let's talk about our furry friends for a minute. You know those cute little four-legged scientists we've got at home. Dogs. Now, whether we want to admit it or not, our dogs are like perpetual detectives, always studying us with the intensity of someone trying to crack the Da Vinci Code. Even when they seem to be just chilling on the floor, somewhere in those fluffy heads of theirs, they're pondering. What's up with my human today? What are the boundaries? How much can I get away with? And let me tell you, there's this classic move they pull that's like a doggy social experiment. You ever come into a room and find your dog sitting in your favorite chair? I mean, not just because it's warm or smells like you, but because they're running a test. What happens if I claim the throne? This is prime behavior for young pups or those new recruits to your household, still trying to figure out the pack hierarchy. Who's the top dog here? Who's calling the shots? And more importantly, what can they get away with? So there they are, smugly nestled in your seat, and it's decision time. You raise an eyebrow and go, hey buddy, move it. That's it, experiment over. They've learned who's boss today anyway. But here's where the fun begins. If you let them stay, charmed by those big eyes and wagging tail, they start thinking, maybe I can expand my empire. Next thing you know, they're taking over your bed, your side of the couch, and who knows, maybe they'll go for your Netflix account next. These dogs, I tell you, they're like tiny furry negotiators, always pushing the envelope one paw at a time. And honestly, who can blame them? Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about dogs for a second. Now, I know some of you think your dog might be plotting world domination from the cozy confines of your living room. But let me tell you, your pooch isn't scheming like a mustache-twirling villain, nah. They're just acting like nature's little diplomats, searching for stability like they're in the UN. See, in the wild, it's a non-stop game of who's the boss amongst dogs and wolves. It's like an ongoing episode of a furry reality show. If the leader's slacking off, someone else might step up, not because they're power hungry, but because they want things to run smoother than a jazz band. Imagine that. A dog with a clipboard? All right, folks, let's get this show on the road. So what's the secret to a happy home without a canine coup? Clear but kind rules, folks. You've got to be the CEO of your household without turning it into Game of Thrones. If you don't want Bowser claiming your spot on the couch, you've simply got to remind him calmly, without turning into a soap opera villain, just a gentle nudge. Hey buddy, that's my throne, not yours. Next thing you know, your pupper's happier than a kid in a candy store, respecting boundaries like a good neighbor. Remember, dogs aren't into power trips. They just want a leader who's not bananas. So talk to them like you're running for office, calm, respectful, and with boundaries. Before you know it, you'll be the pack leader they can trust without breaking sweat. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about dogs for a moment. These furry little creatures are like tiny detectives living in our homes, and they're always on a mission to become us. Seriously, they watch us like they're binging the latest Netflix series, trying to figure out how to behave in this crazy human world. You ever notice how your dog always steals your favorite seat? It's not just about finding the most comfortable spot in the house. No. When your pooch plops down in your chair, it's like they're saying, "Hey, I'm trying to be you." Next thing you know, I'll be drinking coffee and paying bills. It's their way of showing that deep doggy trust and connection. They're practically issuing you a friendship bracelet, only furrier. In the wild, dogs live in packs where the younger ones learn from the older ones by copying their every move. It's like the ultimate reality show called Survivor Dog Edition. They pick up survival skills and strengthen their social bonds just by mimicking their pack leaders. So, when Fido mimics you, he's not just trying to be a couch potato. He's showing you that you're his pack leader. You're basically the alpha dog. Congrats. Imagine this. You have a specific spot where you always read or sip your morning coffee. Over time, your dog associates that nook with you, and when they curl up there, it's like they're saying, "I'm here, I belong to your world." It's their way of feeling safe and supported, like they're part of your exclusive club, Humans and Hounds United. So next time you catch your dog in your favorite chair, relax. It's not a hostile takeover. It's just their way of saying, like, let's be best friends forever, and maybe share that cushion while we're at it. So let me tell you something about our furry friends, dogs. You ever notice how your dog always takes your favorite spot on the couch? It's like they have a sixth sense for the only seat with the right butt groove. But here's the kicker. It's not just a canine conspiracy to steal your comfort. No. It's their way of bonding with you. Dogs are kind of like those roommates who know your Netflix password by heart. They study your habits, your moods, your life rhythm. It's their way of saying, "Hey, I'm trying to vibe with you, not just steal your spot." So next time you find Fido snug in your cozy corner, remember, it's a furry fist bump, a tail-wagging tribute to your awesomeness. Now, how could you not love that? All right, folks, let me paint you a picture. You've just gotten cozy in your favorite spot on the couch. It's like this divine throne molded perfectly to your body, right? And there's your dog sitting across the room plotting like a mastermind. You stand up for 1 second, maybe you're getting a snack, maybe you're just stretching, and boom, your furry friend has transformed into a heat-seeking missile. Suddenly they're in your spot, looking at you like, "Oh, was this yours? My bad." But here's the thing. It's not some diabolical scheme to take over your kingdom. Nah, your dog is just on a mission to find the ultimate cozy oasis. It's like they have this PhD in comfort sciences. especially when the room is as chilly as your boss's heart at the Monday meeting. Dogs, ladies and gents, are warmth addicts. Seriously, winter for them is like the never-ending hunt for the holy grail of heating pads. And if you got an older dog, you know their joints creak more than your grandma's rocking chair, so a soft, warm spot is the jackpot. Puppy, forget it. Those little guys nap harder than college students after finals week. And then there's that magical thing about your scent. For your dog, your scent is like the world's best security blanket. It's like, I'm surrounded by the essence of my human, all is well. They're sniffing around your seat like it's Odo owner. They settle in, de-stress, and suddenly the world is a less terrifying place. So next time you find your dog in your spot, don't be mad. Remember, you've just given them a one-way ticket to their personal paradise. Let me tell you, folks, dogs and comfort are like peanut butter and jelly. You ever notice how after a long day all you want is to wrap yourself up in the coziest blanket you can find? Well, dogs beat us to it every time. They're experts in comfortology. I mean, honestly, they see your blankets, pillows, and clothes as their personal spa. Why? Because it smells like you, and that's their all-access pass to cozy town. So next time your pup swipes your spot on the couch, don't get mad. It's just their way of saying, hey, I want the VIP treatment of warmth and safety. The more attention you pay to their comfort cravings, the happier they'll be. In dog terms, that means fewer chewed-up slippers and more tail wags. Everybody wins. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a little story about our four-legged friends. You know, for a dog, having their human leave the house, even if it's just for a hot second, is like the canine version of an existential crisis. Seriously, some of these pups act like you're going off to star in a survival show with no return ticket. 2 minutes, Max, I'm just grabbing coffee. But to Max, it's like you've declared a lifelong journey to Mars. So, what's a pooch to do? Well, they got a master plan, and trust me, it's genius. They slide into your spot, yup, right there on your favorite chair, couch, or that place you swore you'd exercise on. You know, the one that's more Pilates and less Peloton. It's like they're channeling their inner Sherlock Holmes. Ah, yes, the scent of my beloved human. I shall guard it with my life. And there's something magical about it for them. Your scent is the ultimate calming potion. A doggy spa day right there in the living room. It whispers to them, you're not alone, buddy. You're human, and their questionable TV show choices will be back soon. It's all about comforting themselves until you return, which is really just code for, I'm going to sleep on your couch until you get back. You ever notice how some dogs act like tiny fuzzy therapists when you're gone? I mean, especially the ones with a mild case of separation anxiety. They start freaking out, barking, whining, or even pulling off a home makeover, demolition style, just to get that zen feeling back, you know? When they take over your chair, it's like they're calling you on the astral plane, saying, hey, human, I'm still here, and I'm keeping your seat warm. Now, don't go thinking your dog's just being a diva. No, sir. This behavior screams, our bond is tighter than your Wi-Fi connection. It's their way of saying they miss you more than you miss the snooze button on a Monday morning. These little canine quirks are like their way of texting you. Come back soon. Oh, wait. Dogs can't text. Yet. But what if your pooch is the Usain Bolt of chair stealing every time you step out? Time to play doggy hardball. Bring in the heavy artillery. Favorite toys, calming pheromone sprays, or even a round of hide and seek, dog style. Trust me, your pooch will thank you by making those separations less like a soap opera and more like a short commercial break. And who knows, maybe one day they'll stop eyeing your chair like it's Buckingham Palace. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take you on a journey into the mind of a dog. Yes, our furry pals who treat our favorite chair like it's their personal Disneyland. Now, you might just see a comfy chair, but for Fido, it's a whole universe of smells and stories. Imagine this. Every time you plop down with your bowl of popcorn, you leave behind a trail of aromatic breadcrumbs for your dog. It's like we're all living in a canine version of CSI. Nothing gets past those noses. They've got more sniffing power than a dozen detective shows combined. To us, it's just a chair. To them, it's the Netflix of noses. Now, you might think of your chair as a place to kick back and relax, but for your dog, it's an olfactory wonderland. They're out here picking up on everything. The half-eaten cookie crumb that vanished into the cushions, the scent of your friend who visited 2 weeks ago, and maybe even the ghost of pizza slices past. Every whiff is like a chapter in a novel, filled with drama, romance, and a tantalizing plot twist or two. But wait, there's more. It's not just about the smells, the texture of the chair. Oh, don't even get me started. The soft fabric, the cushions, the cozy throws. Each one's a new adventure underfoot. It's like they've got a sensory amusement park right in the living room. Every leap onto the chair is a new episode in a series called Tactile Thrills. So the next time you see your dog curled up in your favorite spot, just know they're not just being lazy. Nope, they're on an intellectual journey, Sherlock Holmes in their way through the world, one sniffing paw press at a time. You ever notice how when your dog takes your spot on the couch, it's like they're conducting some kind of field research, like, yes, human world, soft cushion, mild scent of Doritos, and the remote control that they can never seem to find. This isn't just a nap. Oh no, this is a full-on canine reconnaissance mission. Fido is gathering intel to navigate the treacherous lands of living roomia. For those of you with smart, hyper, and ever-curious pups, this behavior's vital. They need both physical exercise and brain workouts. So if your dog's idea of a good time is exploring your favorite chair, maybe toss in some puzzle games or teach them new tricks. Keep their life exciting and less about perfecting the art of stealing your seat. Trust me, it's either that or they'll write their own guidebook, The Secret Life of Sofa Spies. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about the true masterminds of negotiation and the ultimate Jedi mind tricksters. Our dogs. No, seriously, if you think you're the one training your furry friend, I've got news for you. You're being trained? Yeah, your dog watched a couple of YouTube videos on how to human, and now they're running the show. Picture this. You waltz into the room, ready to crash on your favorite chair, only to find Mr. Fluffy already occupying it. And why? Because the last time he did this, you couldn't resist laughing, giving him a belly rub, or handing him a treat. It's like your dog took a seminar on positive reinforcement while you were out buying kibble. It's not rebellion when he hops on your chair, folks. Nope, it's a well-executed strategy. A tactical operation to see if he can get another round of laughs, pats, or maybe a gourmet dog snack. Think of it as a live-action training session where you are both the student and the subject. So next time you find him chilling in your spot, remember this. He's not just seeking warmth, he's testing the waters for a reaction. And let's face it, dogs are like those internet influencers who know just how to tug at your heartstrings for likes, or, in their case, treats. Now, if this throne hijacking becomes a regular sitcom episode in your house, you might want to consider some professional training. Because let's be real, if you don't set some ground rules, pretty soon you'll be the one fetching his slippers. And you know what? You'll probably love every minute of it. So, You want to train your dog, huh? Let me tell you, it's not rocket science, but sometimes it can feel like you're negotiating with a tiny, furry terrorist. I mean, every time I walk away, my dog thinks it's an invitation to occupy my throne, aka the couch. It's like he thinks he's the King of England and I'm the royal servant. Now, if you don't want your pup to take over your spot like it's his second job, you gotta play it cool. Don't reward him with belly rubs when he's on your couch, or he'll start thinking it's the magic carpet ride to Snack City. Instead, guide him over to his royal carpet, aka his bed or a nice cozy mat, and make that the new wonderland. Give him treats and love there like he just discovered America. You see, doggy brains operate on a cause and effect system. You start controlling reactions, and bam, they're on to new tricks faster than I can finish a pizza. It's like turning your pooch into a master detective, solving the mystery of where's the treat. And let me tell you, once they get the hang of it, your dog will feel like a rock star. And you'll finally understand each other better, just like an old married couple. Well, except with less arguing and more tail wagging. All right, folks, now it's your turn. You ever notice what your dog does when you get up from your seat? It's like they're running their own little security firm, Fido's Guard Services. Or maybe they just melt into the chair like it's their personal throne. Drop your funniest story about how your pup stole your spot in the comments. And hey, if you're curious to learn more about what makes dogs tick, check out our latest video. It's packed with surprising and useful info. Hit that subscribe button and give us a like. Trust me, it'll make our day. Thanks for hanging out with us. Catch you in the comments and the next video.